Pre-foreclosures. Where can you find those for free? How do you build the list? Once you build the list, how do you get phone numbers for those potential motivated sellers? What do you say once you get them on the phone? How do you know if you have a deal or not? How can you partner with me? I will answer all of those questions in this video so you know what you need to do. You need to stand by and let's get it.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-52439. Yep. 205-964-52439. You know.
Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. So today, what you're going to learn from me and have an opportunity to do is to target pre-foreclosures. I've hooked up with my guy Chevy, who is an expert in subject to and just creative financing, period. So this is an opportunity for you to get this #1 free training. Whether you want to partner with us or not, you're going to know what to do. Is the #1, how to build pre-foreclosure list for free, how to get the contact information for those owners who are potential motivated sellers, how to talk to those sellers, and the rest is already here on my channel as far as negotiating the deal and placing them under contract, because I do give my contract away for free, which if you hang around to the end, I'll share with you on how to access that contract for free and the script you'll need to have that conversation with that potential motivated seller. Now, before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell so you are alerted when I do go live, which is Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and when I upload new videos like this one. Also, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, X, and LinkedIn. Like this and share it. Enough of me yapping. Now on to this training. Okay, so we're going to be using a number of sites here, all free. Going to give you one paid option to skip trace your phone numbers if you want to speed up the process, be a lot more efficient. But I'm going to give you a lot of free options here to get this done. Obviously, again, you're going to be able to do this without me, or you can partner with us. Don't know how to fill in the holes on this. So that's going to be an opportunity to do that if you stick around to the end. I'm also going to provide access to the script. As I mentioned before, we already told you about the contract, the script on what to say to these individuals if you stick to the end. So started on Auction.com. And what you want to do is you want to go to foreclosure. You want to skip all and bank on, go to foreclosure. And just to give you an idea of the opportunity here, if I select foreclosure and do all locations, you're going to see, and this will change from day to day, but at any given point, you're going to see probably more than 8,000. Sometimes it's going to be more. Again, that's going to change over time, depending on what's going on in the market. But that's a lot of opportunities, guys, like a lot of opportunities that can be life-changing here. All right, so what you want to make sure is when you hear, it should say foreclosure homes. And if you know you're on the right listings, it'll say foreclosure sale online, and it'll have a date there. Okay, so let's choose a market. So this is for the entire country. Of course, we don't want to do that. All right, so we're going to go with, let's do something relatively small. We're going to do Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right? Okay, so now the important thing here, if you have this check, it says include nearby results. So you're going to show 5 results here, and I'm going to go over here to the right and do the list and get rid of the map for right now. And so it's only 5 results here, but if you scroll down, it says 33 properties near Tuscaloosa, right? Okay, and so if you scroll down, you see those. So put a lot of time into trying to figure out how to make this work for you guys. As the date of this video, Auction.com may change their entire site, but as the date of this video, this will work. Okay, so now the first thing you must do, and if you use a Google browser or Google Chrome, this is how you do this. Now, if you're using something else, you're going to have to go to YouTube and search for how do I zoom out on a web page using whatever browser you're using. But this is Google Chrome. So you see these three dots over here to the top right. I'm going to go here and I'm going to zoom out down to 25%. Okay. So what that does is it allows me, I'm going to click back down here in the white space down here somewhere at the bottom, very bottom. All right. It allows me to be able to copy everything that we see here. Okay. So once we do that, we're going to use our keyboard if you're on a laptop or a desktop, and we're going to use keyboard shortcuts. Okay. So here, what we're going to do here. So if you're on a Windows device, we're going to select the entire screen. We're going to do Control A. All right. If you're on a Mac, you're going to do Command A. So you'll hold down the Control button and then press A. That'll select everything. Once you do that, you'll hold down the Control button and then press C, and that'll copy it. And then here, Command C. Okay. Now, once we do that, we're then going to use Control V to paste it, to place it where we want, and Command V to place it where we want, depending on the device. All right. Now, before we do that, so we need to set up, if you don't have it already, we need to set up a Chat GPT account. Now, it is free. So just go to Google and type in Chat GPT. If you haven't heard of it, welcome from under the rock that you've been under. But Chat GPT, an amazing AI tool. All right. So once you get there, just hit introduce the Chat GPT, and you want to hit Try GPT, and over here to the top right, sign up. Now, I'm not going to go through the sign up process. That's easy to do. You can just go to YouTube again and say, how do I sign up for Chat GPT for beginners or whatever? So it's going to give you those instructions. All right. So the next thing is we're going to go back to my Chat GPT that I already have loaded. Okay. Okay. So once you're in there, what you want to do is to go to Explore GPTs, right to the middle left here. And you want to type in pre-foreclosure. I already got it in there. So I'm already loaded here. All right. Then you'll hit Start Chat. So once you start the chat, so now we're going to go back to foreclosure. Okay. So remember we shrunk this down. So remember, we're going to use Control A or Command A to select everything. All right. Of course, you can't see my keyboard, but you're going to do Control A. That selected everything. Now I'm going to do or Command A, Control C or Command C to copy it. Now I go back over to my GPT. So I'm on pre-foreclosure list builder. If you don't see buy flip man, you're not where you're supposed to be. I repeat, if you don't see buy flip man, you're not where you're supposed to be. All right. So I'm going to go here, down here at the bottom. Now yours might be a white screen. I just have mine in dark mode or whatever. So yours might be white. But I'm going to go down here, and then I'm going to do Control V, Control and then press V at the same time, or Command V at the same time. Okay. So you see it there. All righty. So I'm on a Mac. So Command V, then hit enter. All right. So here's where the magic starts to happen for you. So now it takes all of that data from that site and it throws it over into a table that we're going to be able to use with Google Sheets. Okay. So now it's building the table. Okay. So now it only pulled 10 of them, right? It pulled these first 10 here. All right. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to shrink. I'm going to zoom back, increase my zoom again to go back up to 90%. Some people might be 100, 110, whatever you want to do. All right. So, it actually pulled more than that. So it pulled more than the 5 here. It pulled 10. So it already went into the other 33. So that was a total of 38. So we have 28 left. All right. So what you'll tell it to do is the prompt that you'll give it, the instructions you'll give it, add the other 28 properties or listings, but I'm just going to say properties. All right, so it should continue on, and boom, there we go. Now, sometimes it'll go ahead and start from 11. It'll say 11, 12, 13, leaving off on the last number. Then sometimes it'll start over. It won't really matter once we get it all saved here. So as it's loading all of this, remember, stick around to the end. I'm going to provide the script on what to say and how to partner with us if you would like. So we got so it's another 28, right? So as it's loading these, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell so you are alerted when I upload new videos like this one, and when we go live as of right now on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 Eastern, and on Thursdays at around 9-ish p.m. Eastern. So what it's actually doing is starting over from the beginning. It's just going to do them all in one particular table instead of just continuing on. So sometimes it'll just pick up where it left off, and you could have given it those instructions and it would have done that. So it did all 38 of them. So it was 5 in the Tuscaloosa area, and then there was 33 there. So that totals 38. So boom. So there's our list now. Now, normally it's going to be correct. So you may just want to check to make sure sometimes. So the last one down here is 1720 Decatur Avenue. So let's check our last one to see what it is. Just a random one just to look at. And yes, our last one is 1720 Decatur Avenue. All right, boom. Okay, so now let's go back up here to the top. So we have all 38 of them. All right, now, but before we do that, let's do this. All right, so we're going to get Google Sheets. So to access Google Sheets, which is free, if you have a Gmail account, you automatically have it accessible to you as a free tool. So what you want to do is go to Google, and then you probably already in your Gmail, just go to Google as normal, as if you were going to search something. And you should see this little hamburger right here to the top right. Select that, and you're going to scroll down until you see Google Sheets, or you're just going to see Sheets. All right, select that. Okay, once you do that, so now we're going to go back to GPT, and I'm going to start here. I'm going to take my mouse, and I'm going to highlight everything in here, right? I'm going to highlight everything, all right, all the way to here, to this last point here. Now, I can right-click and hit copy, or, again, I can do Control-C or Command-C to copy. Okay, so it's now copied. So now I go back here. I'm going to do blank sheet on Google Sheets. Select number 1, so it'll go all the way across. And then I'm going to do Command-V or Control-V if you're on a Windows product. Boom, there we go. So it added all of them in there. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'm going to delete this first column because it added the numbers in there. So I'm just going to highlight it, and then you don't have to if you don't want to. It's not necessary. And I'm going to hit delete column. And so boom, there we go. So, and then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm hit this little box right here to highlight everything, because I like to left align my stuff. So you don't have to do that either. It's fine to leave it like it is. The last thing is so you can see the complete address. So if you hover right here between the C and the B, I can drag this. So if I click on it, I can drag it over so I can see the complete address itself. You may have to do the same thing with the city, but everything else should be good. Maybe on the county also. That's up to you or whatever. So boom. All right. So now you have your list there. So what are you going to do with the list? So next we need to name the list. All right. So I'm just going to say T-Town Pre-S. All right. Boom. We got it named. And so now I need to download this list so I can now upload to PropStream if I want to start to research the list the fast way and the paid way. Now, before we do that, let's do the free method. Let's do the free method. So I'm going to grab this address here. So let's do this first one right here. So go to Google, do a search for a true people search. So I have this address. You know, you can copy it or you can type it in. It's totally up to you, but I'm just going to copy it. Boom. And then I'm going to put the city, or you could have put the zip code if you want, but I'll put the city and then do a search. All right. So now with True People Search, what I found just from doing the research, once I scroll down, the first person's name, which I'm going to do it here, but I'm going to have to blur this out because YouTube doesn't like you to show match people's names with addresses. So I'm going to blur this out. This is for YouTube's algorithms and bots. All right. So, but when I scroll down, normally this first name right here is going to probably be the person that owns the property. Now that's the trade-off of dealing with PropStream versus doing it free, because you may not know. Now, the next layer that you can use to ensure that, you can just reach out to the county of that where these properties located through the tax assessor office, but that's a lot of work. I'm just telling you. But normally this first name here is going to probably be the owner. If you select view details, which I'm going to go ahead and do again, I'm going to blur it out. All right. It provides an actual phone number for that person. Now it can go deeper and more in depth here. Now, of course, True People Search, they'll let you do the initial search free. But as you notice, all these banners and, buttons and stuff here, that's how they make their money, is by, people clicking on these banners because it's free. So they have to make their money somewhere based on the amount of traffic that they're receiving. So, but again, so that's the free way of actually finding the phone number for potential motivated sellers going through a pre-foreclosure process. Now you can scroll down to see what more information it has available, but again, I can't show that information, and I've already blurred this out here. So now let's get over to the paid way. So we're going to go back to the list, and so now we're going to download the list. Okay, so we're in Google Sheets again, and so I'm gonna go here to File, and then I'm going to go to Download, and I'm going to do, you could do an Excel or you can do a CSV. I'm going to do a CSV file, and I'll just save it to my desktop so I can easily find it. Okay, so boom. All right, so now I'm going to go over to PropStream. Now, to access PropStream, you can go to Digulator.com. Again, that's where you can get my contract for free, along with the contract for land and houses. But also just select the 5-day free trial. It'll take you to a page like this, input your information, the email, and boom. All right, so I'm logged into it. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my properties. Okay, and so we want to import list. Okay, so I'm going to choose a file. So I'll go and find the file that I just saved on my desktop. And then I need to name the file. So we're going to name it T-Town PF. All right. And I'll hit save. So it just takes a minute for it to do its thing. Okay, so it's completed. Now what we'll do is let's go search for it. So I'll do a search. I have too many in here to scroll down and look. So let's search for it. So here it is right here. So out of that it's 38 of them, it pulled 35 of them. Okay. All right. Now, of course, now I have the names blurred out here. Okay. And so again, YouTube doesn't like for you to show that information to match it up, but now you have your actual list. So once we have the list in here, that makes it easy. So you have all the property data on your properties that you uploaded. You have the mailing address, the property information, just everything here. Because if we open up one of these, now you can see all the data on that particular property. You can see what they paid for it. You can see any loans or past history on it. You can comp the property. You can do a lot of different things here to help evaluate the property and everything. Okay, so now let's skip trace it. So keep it very simple. So you go here and select all, new campaign, skip tracing. Then you hit next. All right, it's going to tell you how much it's going to cost. So it's going to cost $3.30 because it's going to pull 33 of those out of the 35 from the list. I'm not sure why I didn't pull the other 3 over. Sometimes just the address doesn't match up because the county may have it as one thing, but it's being publicly advertised as a different address. And all the information here is pulled directly from the county. All right, so you go ahead. Once you place your order, which I'm not going to place the order on this one, But once you place your order, then how you locate your list, go to contacts, and then you can just find your list right in here, which I'm just going to, which it pulled everything. But what you'll do is you will want to just select from skip tracing the name of your list, and boom, there you are, which I have this blurred out again. I can show a different example with a larger list. That's a larger list. It was over 3,200 in this particular list right here. But I have it blurred out. The phone numbers will be in this row here along with the names. Those are blurred out also. Along with the email addresses, those will be blurred out also. But that's how you would skip trace your list. So once you have it skip trace, you can select all up here, this button right here in the top left. And then if you want to export it, you can just hit export, and then you can send it, save it and open it back up in Google Sheets if you want to with the phone numbers now. So that's totally it there. So once you save it, I guess I'll go ahead and go through this. I'll just do the small list here because I know a lot of people don't know how to do that. So we have it selected. So I'll export the list. All right. So now I'll just name it. It's Google Sheets 1, but I'll just say skipped. All right. And we'll save it. So now what you can do is go back to Google Sheets. Okay. And do another. You go here to this folder right here to upload your new sheet. Hit upload, browse, and you find it. You select it, and boom, there you go. All right. And so your phone numbers are generally down here at the end. Again, I'm blurring this out, but your phone numbers are down there at the end here. So there you go. So now that's from A to Z on how you build the list, skip tracing for the phone numbers. Now you need to know what to say. Boom, we got it in. So now you know how to build foreclosure list, how to get the contact information for owners. And as promised, I'm going to give you access to the contract you can use to place them under contract. Also access to the script on simply knowing what to say. Now, if you want that contract, text the word paperwork to 205-964-5243. And if you want access to the script, text the word convo to 205-964-5243. And lastly, if you want to partner with us, you should see my email address on the screen. So if you're not sure how to place it under contract or put the deal together, all you have to do is get the seller to say yes, they're interested in selling. Email me the address with the contact information and as many details as possible about the property and the seller situation. And this could be your first deal or one of many deals that you can do wholesaling real estate. So again, thanks, and I will see you on the flip side.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.